Okay, we have the green bars, we have the live counter sticking up, so we should now be live, which of course means welcome back to the Storytime Network. We're here, we are back with more D&D. Kato, take us away.
So, last we left our heroes, Dairon the Genasi Rogue, Aldane the Half-Elf Paladin, Seamus the Half-Elf Bard, and Felix the Eladrin Painter, along with Akrua and Rua Everay. Well, I'm trying to remember myself now. We made the push in the war. Yes. Yes. We finally made the push in the war. And... fucking brain. You cut your way through multiple soldiers of Black Rain. With the help of course, your friends. Especially Oryx, who was like handling multiple black dragons. Mm-hmm. But it was getting to the point where you were eventually becoming swarmed, and your allies were able to get to you. But cutting through the chaos was a hill of orcs racing down, and leading the charge was actually Prody, riding what seemed to be the war beast, but actually big enough to be a mount. As he basically gave you guys the go ahead to continue in, you pushed through, and eventually you spent a few days making your way through Black Rain on foot, until you eventually came across Layla. She had told you that there was an underground tunnel that would lead you right into the heart of the city, and she also gave you a gem that, when broken, would actually give you all acid resistance. You don't know how long for, however, or what the limitations of it are. She also gave Felix many bottles of magical ink.
Yep.
You gave her the sending stone that is connected to Guy's, and basically told her to liaise with him for getting protection. You travelled through the tunnel, at one point needing to rest because of how long it was. You then came out of the tunnel and found yourself in the heart of Rainwall, surrounded by several soldiers and Testament himself. However, when some of you tried to attack him with ranged moves, it bounced off a wall, an invisible wall, I should say.
Mm.
As the arrogant tiefling attempted to soliloquize and talk at you, you repeatedly kept interrupting him and making fun of him. And it got to the point where he eventually snapped and cast a spell, which unfortunately Seamus couldn't counterspell because it was higher than 3rd level. That spell being Cloud Kill. So, let me... Don't forget to click your tokens.
Roll initiative. Ah!
Pretty good.
All right, Initiativo.
Natural 4.
And you still got 14.
Oh, hey, I actually got good initiative for once. Doesn't happen too often.
The crew was ready.
Seamus was not.
She was still in shit-talking mode.
Yep.
She was quite used to vicious mockery.
It's not my turn though.
I know. I'm joking.
Mm-hmm. So... Testament has lower decks than Rua, so
He
Bozo,
matched.
I guess.
What's that, sorry?
He ties with me, I guess.
No, because Rua also got a 14.
Oh,
It's you, then Rua, then him, because of the tiebreaker.
wild to me that I have more decks than Rua.
Yeah, but Rua's, like, split amongst
Yeah,
two
well, yeah,
different
he's-
focus stats.
Yeah, he's mad where I'm sad.
Yeah, you are sad. And he
Yeah.
would be more mad. He's always more angry.
Yeah. Like I said, it works out.
Okay. One second. My roll 20 is acting up. There we go. Mhm. There we go. So that's that. Now I need the guards. Where are they? There we are. I'm gonna do a copy of one of the guards because that'll just be the, the turn tracker one.
No, that's fine.
So the one at the very top right of the map is the turn tracker.
Are we supposed to be on a map?
Oh yeah, shit! I didn't drag you onto the map.
I did
Come on,
think
man.
I did think you said that there was gonna be a map, but
I'm the map.
There we
I'm
go.
the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Okay. So you see the green circle, don't you?
yes,
That's the cloud kill.
right.
So it's Akra's turn.
We
So
are
no-
now not on the initiative order.
Some of us aren't.
Does that mean we
Rua-
get to re-roll initiative?
No.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Wait. You're
Yeah.
up. Is it working now?
No,
Nope.
I mean we can just roll initiative again and then enter in the old score.
Oh. I like
Yeah.
my new initiative.
Well, you're already rolled, so
Got roughly the same, so it doesn't really matter.
Is it only your own initiatives that you can't see?
Only the parties, yeah.
Okay.
right there. I mean, I've already done the whole re-roll and just enter in my old initiative, so
Right. There we go. So, it's Akra's turn. He readies himself as he... Actually, wait, I need to check if Cloud Kill immediately activates. I forgot about that. Okay, starts their turn, so he has to make a con save right now. He passes.
I mean that's actually yes. So Seamus and I will just get Aldane's
Yes.
combos.
Unfortunately, I will
Almost
not.
like it. It's almost like I didn't set him right in the middle. So Akra only takes 14 poison damage. As he coughs and splutters, Akra just rushes Testament. He will he'll activate an ability of his as a bonus action, and will throw a punch at Testament. You watch as like Testament brings his hands over. It seems like he was about to cast shield, but Akra punches him too fast that he just doesn't get the chance. Dealing 25 bludgeoning, 25 damage in total. Oh my god, that's a lot.
Yep.
And that's one of his 4 attacks.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. So as he goes again, because I like to imagine Akra punched him so hard that he didn't expect Testament to double over, so far that Akra just completely whiffed. It's like, oh, you're that weak? I see.
Well, that one hit.
It shouldn't have done the force damage again, I turned it off. Oh, I love Roll20, it's so fucking dog shit. So it's just 10 bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm. That's still...
Oh wait, I forgot! Before I even do anything... Testament needs to make a con save. And fails.
Hey!
Hey, there we go.
So yeah, then the 10 damage. I could have been a bastard and be like, oh yeah, Testament as Warcaster, but no. Now Akra gets to do his 4th attack. Max damage. You just watch as for the last 2 hits, Akra just grabs Testament by the horn and starts punching him in the face.
So that's 51 damage.
Yeah? I'll tell you now, he's lost more than a little over a third of his HP. Felix, it's your turn.
Okay.
You just hear screams come from Testament.
You know what? I believe in Akra. Vitriol...
You fought him. You know how awful he can be in a fight.
Vitriolic Sphere right on top of Testament.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
believe in Akra. He'll be fine.
so as you cast it, Testament holds out his hand, and he has to make a roll.
DC 15 if it's the roll I'm thinking of.
He failed.
Cool!
He didn't pass the counter spell check.
Yep. That's what I thought was going to happen. now DC 18 dex save. That was a pretty decent vitriolic sphere.
So he failed by 1.
Cool.
Akra passes, doesn't take any damage.
See, I believed in Akra.
The 3 knights pass.
Is this really just gonna end up being a boss fight between us and the guards? Because that would just be poetic.
That'd be hilarious.
So Testament takes 41 damage.
Just the 31 for now, and then the 10 will be on the start of his next
I
turn.
see.
If he gets to his next turn.
Yeah, that's not a guarantee.
Half of 41 would just be 20 because it's rounded down.
Yeah.
How much HP do these guards have? That much. So, it'd help if I was on the correct layer. So he's at that much HP. He's at that much. Oh, he's at that much HP, and this fella is at that much HP. So what I like to imagine is, you call out to Akra for a vitriolic sphere as you like send it out. As it bursts from the ground, I like to imagine Akra grabs Testament by the face and slams it into the sphere. Just imagine Broly when he's manhandling Frieza in the Broly movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
And I'm gonna move. Yeah.
Very nice. So the Knights... now that you're out in public, Felix...
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna come at me, but, you know.
That hits. That actually can't hit, so he's gonna shoot at Rua. So Rua's taking
forgot
4
there-
attacks.
I forgot that there were guards other than the ones surrounding Testaments.
Miss, 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 and miss. Then one of them will can he even get to you? No, he can't, so he's not even doing that. One will immediately run to you, Felix.
No,
with
that's
his
fair.
weapon.
That's fair. That's fair.
He brings out a great sword and makes one of 2 attacks.
Alright.
Do not hit you.
Cool.
They keep rolling 12s for their attack rolls. It's weirdly consistent. It just makes things easy because I know your your ACs. And then 3 of them will make crossbow attacks at you, Felix.
Fair enough.
Not one of them hits you.
Cool.
The 2 knights will surround Testament and basically attack Akura. Oh, one of them actually hits him. Does it? Actually, wait. Oh, yeah. Actually, one of them does hit him. For how much damage? 5 damage.
Also, sorry, the vitriolic sphere damage is at the end of its next turn, not the start.
Okay. Yeah, so he takes that much so he does that much to Akra, and the last one doesn't hit. So only one of them hits for 5 damage.
Cool.
So currently Akra is at 481 HP out of 500.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you...
Just so we're aware.
Yeah.
Goku has been pelted with a rock. That's basically how much it... Aldane, it's your turn. As it's your turn, you just hear some of these guards say, "The freaks of nature!"
Hey,
Didn't
is
know
it my
we
turn
had-
or...
It's Aldane's.
Oh, Aldane's
Yeah.
not on the turn order.
Jack, did you not roll
One
initiative
second.
again and then...
I rolled
No,
initiative.
he is. He is.
Yeah,
His
but you didn't
number is just
re-roll
0.
it.
What? Okay, I have to roll again? Okay.
I'll re-add you. I've already re-added you.
No, he's-
Persona,
he's on
so I'm
there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I added in now.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's activating. Anyways, just gonna move up here. Bonus action, Shield of Faith on
You won't have
myself.
advantage.
I think that's my 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm just saying you don't get flank.
I figured.
Whereas you get flank by helping someone else. If you want. It's up to you.
Well, I can't move forward to here, so...
True. Fair enough then.
But yes, yeah, bonus action, Shield of Faith. then I stabinate the guard next to me. Ah,
Excuse me. Does not hit.
didn't think so.
You notice they're wearing plate armor.
That'll hit. Okay, 12 damage.
Yep. So he's at. That guard is looking particularly weak. A good Acra hit or two will probably kill him.
Sounds about right.
So before it's your turn, Dairon, you all hear footsteps from behind the fountain. And you hear the familiar voice of a creature that, honestly, you wish would probably just fuck off at this point.
Oh no.
It's a bone
It's a bone claw.
Hey!
Motherfucker!
Hey, Testament, is this yours?
I'm his master.
Oh no. Oh, well. This looks like an actual threat, unlike you.
I actually want to check something regarding Bone Claw law. Because I should have checked. Okay, I was thinking that if a Bone Claw's master dies, the Bone Claw fades away, but I must be thinking of a different creature. That's fine. So, now it's the Bone Claw's turn. He is going to teleport, because this is dim light. Oh no, it doesn't even need to. The Bone Claw is going to rush towards Felix,
Okay.
because it's the only one in melee range.
Alright.
And he will try to pierce you with his piercing claw, with piercing damage. Okay, it doesn't hit.
Cool.
Darren, it's your turn.
Okay.
I look at Rua. Would you mind taking care? Would you mind helping helping Felix out?
He just glares at you.
I'm fine so far.
Seamus
What?
can help him.
They keep trying to hit me instead of hitting me.
I'm not even making the joke. I'm just saying.
Seamus can help him.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sick of the allegation.
I'm not even making the joke. I really wanted to get the hit on Old Testament, but Rua's glare makes me feel bad, so
You can go for it if you want.
no, I should help.
You can vault over the fountain like that, so don't worry.
Okay, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
The
bonus
water
action.
in the fountain's like ankle high.
Alright, I'm gonna bonus action dash to get to there so I can flank Bone Claw.
Yep, you can do that.
And then I will Shocking Grasp.
Oh. You grab him from behind and twist his nipples. No.
Yeah, does an 18 hit?
Yes.
He takes 24 damage.
The Bone Claw screeches in pain as you deal 24 damage to it.
And he cannot take reaction.
Mmm.
I've only used about 40 of my movement. Hey Felix, do you want me to stay here?
It might be nice.
Or do you want the flank on the other guy?
It'd be rude to leave him alone.
Or do you want the flank on the other guy?
Let's stick with the bone claw.
Okay.
So it's Rua's turn. He will run forward to just
Having a great time. He's having a great
to
time.
flank the other guard. Where is it now? That was the wrong fucking button. That's a different thing. He's not even using that arm. So it is 1d that in damage. Okay. So as he draws the Moonblade from one hand, you notice, because he's wearing the arm that gathers energy, he actually forms a blade made of, like, platinum-coloured energy, as he basically is dual-wielding. He will, how to describe it? He will attack the guard that's flanking Akura for a crit. Oh, 9 plus 8, that is a good bit of damage. So he deals 17 damage to the man. Rua goes for his second attack. Fuck's sake, Magic Pixels the guy.
My god.
We should have called ourselves the Magic Pixels.
And then, as Rua uses his right hand with the sword, he thrusts at the guy and stabs him behind the back, killing him. Rua then looks to Testament and just says, "You're next."
Oh damn, that goes hard.
Testament begins to cackle as it's his turn. And he will... Let me see. What is he going to cast? Also, I should mention, when Testament's casting, you see one of his hands is a spellbook.
Okay.
Cool. I'm just checking something. Sorry about this. Plus, how much is that in damage? Testament turns to Rua and just says, "I don't care if I die anymore, as long as I'm taking you with me." And you notice as like unholy, dark energy surrounds Testament, and he points his finger at Rua.
Counterspell.
Give me a roll.
So it's with intelligence. Nope.
Doesn't pass. Now Rua must make a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to roll how much damage Rua takes. That was the wrong fucking thing. Advanced roller. Can you guess what spell Testament's casting?
Finger of Death.
Yeah! Testament casts Finger of Death on Rua.
Yeah.
Rua takes 58 necrotic damage as he screams in agony. Rua is left with 26 hit points. And Rua just like starts chuckling. Is that all you could do? Come on then. And you see Testament is visibly like frightened. And you notice as he like tosses the cloak over his shoulder, and you see a pair of black wings that look like dragon wings. He begins to fly upward, provoking opportunity attack from Akra and Rua. Akra punching him for 23 to hit, not 23 bludgeoning damage. And Rua will Moonblade him. And unfortunately misses. But Testament does take 12 damage. As now Testament is 60 feet in the air. Seamus, it's your turn.
Oh, finally.
Nearly spat my drink out.
Oh my god, what do I even do at this point? Do I 1v1 this guy?
Just have better decks. Just roll better initiative for
I
that.
rolled a nat 1. Yeah. That's why I wanted that second roll. Let's see.
1v1 him in a fight, right?
Yeah.
You can just run at him in a straight line if you want. You can just vault over the fountain.
Well, I'm not a close range fighter.
I mean, yeah, you're a bard, not a fighter. It's a different class.
Can I just shoot him over the fountain? Yeah, you said it's
Yeah,
ankle
you can
high,
just
right?
you could just Eldritch Blast him.
And then I started blasting. That probably doesn't hit.
No.
That probably doesn't hit.
No.
Fuck.
I'm just imagining it sounds like Stormtrooper firing as you just miss.
Yeah.
Do you move?
I might as well. Let's see. Where do I want to move though? I'm like, there's
Move
too much
closer
going
to the
on.
Bone Claw? Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna go like this way. And Bardic Inspiration on Aldane.
Aldane, you are now bardically inspired.
Excellent.
Akra has his turn. Akra's about to do the funniest thing you can imagine.
Kick him in the balls.
If only.
Drag him down. To
Oh,
Earth.
it's 60 feet! Fuck! Oh, it's 30 feet. God damn it. That would have been so funny. Hmm. Wait, what about that one? wrong thing. I didn't mean to go on that one. On the ground. Okay, that's fine. How far does this go? 30 feet. Well. You know what then? Akra's just going to turn to the guards and just be like, well, it's... well, you know what it's time for now. And he's going to punch the guard that's near Aldane. What minimum damage? That's... And now he's dead. As he just watches Akra kicks this man's head off. Akra then walks over and flanks with Rua. For 7 damage. Wait. Oh, that's the wrong dice roll. I did Rua's sheet by accident. There we go, 9 damage. I was like, why is 7 damage not minimum damage for Akra there? There you go, so 9 damage. It's my own fault for giving them similar names.
Yeah.
And then fourth attack, sorry, 13 damage. And now Akra will do his unarmed strike as a bonus action. And kills him as well. So he moved 10 feet. Akra just shrugs and says, you guys can handle Testament, I've done enough work. And then just bolts over. I imagine as he runs at you, Seamus, he like flips and just gently like frog hops over your head. Not enough to knock you down, but like surprisingly light, and then runs over to that guy. And you just hear the guy screaming as Akra runs at him, afraid of his life. Felix, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade.
I see. It's a good shout.
Yeah, Shadow Blade is a bonus action. I can then cast a cantrip that's an action, can't I?
Yep, that's how it works.
So I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade.
Yo, let's go.
So I'm going to attack the Bone Claw.
You could set it as an attack roll if you wanted.
That's fine. $26.
So yeah, that'll hit.
So Shadow Blade is 22 psychic damage to the Bone Claw.
That's a good amount of damage.
And believe takes a D8 of fire damage because I'm past 5th level.
Roll a d8.
That's 3 fire damage. And then
It jumps the nearest enemy, doesn't it?
yep, fella next to him takes D8 plus spellcasting ability modifier, which is +4 either way. So that's 10 fire damage to the fella next to him.
Who hasn't taken any damage so far.
Well, now he's on fire.
He screams in pain, but pushes through it as he flanks with the Bone Claw. As he will greatsword you. 4 and a 5 Fucking hell! The two soldiers to the far right of the map, upper right, are going to fire at Akra.
Felix,
Oh my, everyone's rolling single fucking digits!
Felix is feeling really confused at the moment.
The guard at the bottom right of the map shoots and actually fucking hits Akra, but Akra's just gonna fucking... What's it called? Where is it now? Deflect missile.
Like missile, yeah.
Just no cell.
10 plus dex plus monk level. So fucking 10 plus d10 plus 26 completely no sells the damage. I'm not gonna lie, a fucking heavy crossbow bolt would not do anything to Akira. Two of the guards at the bottom left map shoot at
Are almost
Dairon.
here.
Completely missed Dairon.
Of course they do.
Fucking hell. The guard at the top left actually pulls out what looks to be some sort of like spherical object, and he actually tosses it at you guys.
A grenade.
Both of you need to give me a dex save.
Me and Darren.
Yes.
Okay.
The guard failed.
Evasion.
The bone claw passed.
Nah, 20.
So, let me see, how much is it?
I don't take any damage if I passed.
Yep, you don't.
Care to try again?
The guard above screams in agony as he takes the full front of that fireball.
I imagine, like, Darren did some sort of, fancy dodge. Felix just sort of tilted his head to the side and it just hit the guard in the face.
I mean, you still take damage.
Yeah, of course I do, but I'm just like,
You
okay.
still take half of 29. Which is, 14. Aldane, there are no more guards to fight with. There's only Testament who's flying above,
Let's
smugly.
go scooch on in over here,
He's
and
flying.
I have spears.
I know, I'm just saying he's flying. Yeah, you can toss a spear at him. That'll hit. For 4 piercing damage.
Yep, and I bonus action return the spear to me, and
Hits.
Boop.
The Bone Claw's turn. The Bone Claw will now teleport.
Does that trigger opportunity?
Nope, both of you and Felix need to roll a Constitution saving throw. You fail. passed.
It should be here, but he's... It says he's here.
Who's here?
Oh, sorry, delivery food.
Oh. So, this is... Plus how much? 2. So Dairon takes that much in damage. Felix only takes half of that. As he teleports next to Seamus. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, there we go.
For real?
Oh god.
How much do I take? Sorry.
39 necrotic damage.
Can I uncanny dodge this?
Sure, I'll allow it. And that's his turn.
So that's 19
Darren?
damage for me.
Yes. Well, for both of you.
Okay, yeah.
What's the plan, Dairon?
Let's see here. I don't like that he's attacking Seamus.
Aw, you do care.
I do. Somehow I do.
My OTP, Seamus and Dairon.
Sorry, I spaced out for a second. What just happened?
I was just saying, like, Dairon, Seamus, my OTP, as a joke.
Oh.
I come in rushing with Thirsting Isolation.
Nice.
Does an 18 hit.
Yes, it does.
And 31 points of damage.
Holy shit. The Bone Claw is looking quite weak. A few more good hits will probably take it down. Rua will sheathe his Moonblade and pull out his gun. as he just shoots at Testament. Hits him for 6 damage. Shoots him again. Does not hit, unfortunately. And you just see Rua yell, "Get down from me, you fucking bitch! You were fucking mouthing off to us earlier, what's happened now? Do you not like it when people can fight back?" And Testament just like yells out like, "Silence, worm!" And he casts another spell as you see a thin green ray shoot from his finger at Rua. Akra holds out his hand to counterspell, and he's actually burning a max level spell slot on this. Give me a Arcana check if you want to guess what spell that was.
I have an idea.
You don't know, Dairon.
I know.
Hey, I know everything.
You know what it was, Seamus. Do you want to roll, Aldane?
Sorry, what was that?
Arcana to know what spell Testament was about to hit Rua with.
Oh boy. Nope.
Felix and Seamus, you go pale as Rua's about to be hit with Disintegrate.
Ooh!
That's a gnarly one. That's a gnarly one.
So that's a waste of his spell slot. So Rua would have taken 10d6 plus 40 force damage.
It's gnarly.
A disintegrated creature and everything it is wearing and carrying except magical items are turned to a fine grey dust.
If
The
they're
creature can only be
reduced,
creature can only be restored to life with true resurrection or wish.
this is only true if they are reduced to 0.
Well, Rua only has 26 HP.
Yep.
So yeah, that would have. Yeah.
He hasn't been healed since. What would that have been to ruin damage? Let's just see.
Ow!
Rua has a max 86 hit points, by the way. No, 84, sorry. I checked. The highest Finger of Death roll would have been 2 hit points over Rua's HP, which is why I was willing to do it at the beginning, because I thought, it won't work.
Yeah.
It won't happen. But yeah, And you see Testament screaming. And at this point, you almost hear a draconic roar from him. As... how would I describe this? You see acid, like, leaking from his mouth. Falling beneath, nearly landing on Aldane and Rua. As now it's Seamus's turn.
Oh, man. Let me see. I guess I have to go after the Bone Claw.
I mean, you're in melee with it, and you do have a melee weapon, though.
Maybe I do.
Or you could just viciously mock it. That hits.
Fucking hell.
What's the D8 from?
I don't know. Oh, I think it's a mod for something.
Is it for the acid damage?
I think
Because it
so.
wouldn't hit. It would just be a 1 then. So you hit it with 1 point of damage.
I forget what I... Hold on, let me look at this.
This is chip damage, or as we say in the UK, crisp damage.
Ha.
Yeah, if it's a D10, that would be from the weapons damage.
Whenever you make a roll of natural 20? Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, so just
Yeah.
1 point of damage, I guess.
Are you gonna give someone Bardic Inspiration?
I'll give it to Dairon. Dairon, help me!
I'm trying.
Don't worry, I'll get to you guys soon enough. As he's like holding this guy by the scruff of his neck. Akra goes to punch this man for 8 damage. 15 damage. 10 damage. Wait. And then... Akra's just doing a casual 44 damage to this man. By the way, these guys have 50 HP, so Akra's just left this man at 6 hit points. And he still has a bonus action left.
It's going to be a kick in the nuts.
That was Rua's damage. I keep doing the wrong sheet. That was Rua's sheet, but it still would have killed. You just watch as Akra, like, after punching this guy with enough times, he just snaps the man's neck. After basically punching him with enough force that his neck was already coming off. Akra just, like, wipes his hands, glances over at these guys. I'm gonna allow him a free intimidation check with advantage. Because wouldn't you be intimidated by that?
Yeah, pretty
Yep.
much.
Do they pass? Do they do the wisdom save? They both fail.
Jesus.
As a reaction, these two are actually just gonna run away off the
Run
map.
away! Run away!
Oh, 3 people for the price of 1. And Akra walks over.
I'm just
like-
imagining Akira didn't even put that much energy into the glare and it was still enough.
So what's this guy doing up in the corner way over here?
The very top right, he's for
Yeah.
initiative tracking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just wanted to make sure that wasn't a real enemy.
Yeah. Felix, it's your turn. You still have Shadow Blade. Actually, no. Con save to see if you even still have Shadow Blade.
Yeah. Save.
Nope, you no longer have Shadow Blade.
Alright.
You could
You do,
have
however- You do, however, have an opportunity to still hit this guy with advantage.
I
He is
do?
wearing metal armor. Do you not have a certain spell that does advantage
Oh.
on metal armor?
I do, yeah.
You can just grasp his nads. Firmly grasp it. He's just like, "Oh, grasp it."
What do I want to do now then? Sort of. Nah, I'll bring Shadow Blade back up.
Alright.
And take a swing. This misses, I'm gonna feel real stupid, but, you know.
You have advantage.
I don't have advantage because it's Shadow Blade, but it hit anyway, it's fine.
You have advantage because it's dim light.
Oh! Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, I said earlier.
I forget
It's
a
why
lot.
the-
I forget a lot of
It's
the
why the
stuff
Bone
about
Claw
my...
was able to teleport as well, because the
Yeah.
Bone Claw needs dim light and darkness.
I forget a lot of stuff about my spells, to be brutally honest.
Fair.
Oof, that was a bad one. 12 psychic damage.
He's dead.
Cool.
The knights. The one that threw the bead of fireball. How to describe it actually? He sees what's going. The rest of the guards are actually going to make an insight. They all pass the insight check. The rest of the guards actually just drop the weapons and say, "We surrender. We aren't dying for this."
Choice.
So I'm actually going to remove the knights off the board because on the turn order, sorry, as they just give up. Aldane, it's your turn.
Alright, is Testament down on the ground now?
No, he's not. He's not. He's still 60 feet in the air.
I'm gonna throw another spear at him then.
If I must. Hits. Yep.
And I'll use bonus action to pull back Spear Returning, and then I will throw that into his guts again. Nope.
Damn. It's a shame because the bardic. If it was even a natural 2, the bardic inspiration might have helped.
Yep.
So the bone claw is going to teleport again.
Fucking
Dairon,
hate it.
Seamus, and Akra must roll Constitution saves. Damn, Akra fucking did bad.
Wow.
However, because Akra is a bit of a cheat, he has this ability. You can just re-roll. And what would you know he passes?
Yeah. Wow.
Do I pass?
You do pass the vibe check. Dairon fails, so he will. So they will have to do another uncanny dodge.
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
5d12 plus 0. No, plus 2. Jesus Christ. So that is 21 necrotic damage. Akra is now only at 460 HP. And he will teleport before Aldane. Aldane, it's
Well
your
done.
turn. Darren, it's your turn.
I bonus action aim and fire at Testament.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
26. Does that hit? Hello?
No, sorry, I was just looking at something on his character sheet. Yeah, that hits. Fucking hell.
19. That's such garbage.
As that happens, Testament just like growls something in Infernal at you. Give me a dex save.
Okay. I
As
hope I
he's
pass.
As he's casting Hellish Rebuke.
Uh,
Damn, you actually take the damage, but you still have Uncanny Dodge.
evasion still gives me half if I fail it.
Yeah, and with Uncanny Dodge you can just quarter it.
No, I've already... No, you're right, I have my reaction back. Yes.
Yeah. It's like... Evasion and Uncanny Dodge is so fucking bullshit, because yeah, at worst, you're taking a quarter of the damage.
It's great. It's so good.
How much is it? It's... I always forget Hellish Rebuke is actually a really good spell.
Yeah.
It really is. It's so busted in Baldur's Gate.
This is... Damn, he actually popped off with 37 damage.
37?
Yeah. Yeah, 37 damage. That's before halving or quartering the damage. So whatever a quarter of 37 is, I don't know off the top of my head.
9 and...
Rua, with his gun, continues to... Actually, I need to... What's
I
that?
cast gun.
He has... Is it me or is Gen really quiet all of a sudden?
round up or round down?
Round down.
And how is
Rua's
he looking, by the way?
quite weak. Akira could easily kill him in at worst 3 attacks. Rua Rua looks to you, Eldane says, "Do you trust me?"
Yes.
Rua runs at you and jumps. If you can give me an athletics check, you can boost him up.
Ooh, athletics. Don't use that one all that often. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
So Rua is able to get to 30 feet in the air. He then teleports, which gets him 30 feet up. So what he's going to do is, he's going to try and grab Testament and bring him down. Let me just check something. Or at the very... You know what? No, he's just going to attack him. Fuck it. Okay, and before he falls... Oh. Ah!
Missed.
No, Rua's doing a key point. Actually, no, he used his bonus action anyway, so that attack wouldn't have even happened. So you watch as Rua does 2 attacks. Testament is on the verge of death. As Rua begins to fall down, and he uses his, where is it now? He uses slow fall. You see, like, wings of platinum energy form along his back to, like, help him slow his descent. So that's... I always forget what's fall damage calculated.
1d6 for every 60? No,
Every 1d6 for every 10 feet.
there it is, yep.
So that'd be 66 minus 5 times his monk level, which is level 10. So Rua's taking no damage. He would have to somehow get more than a 50 off 6 sixes, which isn't possible. At this point, let me see. Testament gathers his magic and casts a spell. Okay. Testament's now invisible.
Alright.
Yes, running away, the true tactic of dragons. I say very loudly.
Seamus, it's your turn.
So Testament dipped out.
He's still here.
You don't know. You could do a perception check if you want to listen out for him.
Let's do that.
Over the sounds of the rain, it's really difficult to peer out, but it sounds like he's right behind Rua.
So he's like over here?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. Alright, Eldritch Blast on that spot over Rua's shoulder.
You will have disadvantage because you can't see where he actually is.
Okay. I'm gonna try it. 12 doesn't hit, I'm sure.
No. You'd have a...
But I bet a 20 does!
Okay. Mill? Oh, no, wait, no. No. Ignore me. The Bone Claw's still alive. Actually, let me check something. No. Oh, no. So what happens is, you see the shot fire, and you actually can tell it's about to hit, and then Testament breaks his own invisibility to cast shield. Motherfucker!
Man, you're really bad at this.
Yeah, I'm literally the weakest one in the party. How did I find you?
As you say that, Akra actually walks past you and pats your shoulder. You're not that weak, Seamus. Don't put yourself down. You could be Testament. And he goes to basically manhandle the Bone Claw. 9, 10, 15. I think he had this exact same amount of damage rolls earlier.
34 total damage so far.
So what happens is, because this is the killing blow on it, and of course I'll have to fucking refresh my tab because Roll20 does that thing where when you hover over a dice roll, it doesn't get rid of the damage, the dice. He basically, excuse me, he punches the Bone Claw with enough force that one of its legs is entirely pulverized. As it begins to fall, Akra basically then puts his index fingers in the eyes of the Bone Claw's skull, slams its head down with enough force that its entire skull is turned to ash. And you actually see a small crater in the ground where his skull was.
Well, it'll be fine. And because it's Testament, he won't be coming back.
He then... I don't know why I'm measuring Akra's movement. He has so much fucking movement. He's got the schmovement. So... Akra then... let me see... Akira walks over to Testament, and at this point, Testament unleashes his held action. Where is it now? So, what happens is that as Akira goes to reach out to Testament, focused on Rua, the entirety around him is covered in a heavy black area.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Hello, Dark.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
15 feet. I'll make it purple because it will be noticeable. So now, none of you can see. Aldane's completely blinded. And yeah, like Aldane, Rua, and Akira just,
Are engulfed.
Yeah, but then you just hear Akira begin to laugh.
Yeah.
Seamus and Felix and Dairon, you hear laughing from Akira from inside the darkness.
Look at Seamus and go, did Testament really think that would work?
I can fight
guess
without
so.
my vision, Akira says.
Akira activates Ultra Instinct.
He has blind sight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Akira is literally like 2 OP, please nerf.
So what happens is that Akira basically, you don't hear it. If you want to cut the music for now, Felix, because the fight's over. You just, by the time, I didn't mean to do that actually, wrong thing. By the time the darkness ends on Rua, because it was focused on him, Testament is just on the floor with a broken horn in Akira's hand. As the fight is over.
Is he dead?
No, I let him live. For now. Let me find the thing I wanted to use. Is this the one I wanted to use? No. Fuck it, we'll use this one. It says royalty free. I'm trusting it's no copyright. Here you go, Mel.
It'll just get muted if it isn't.
Well, so as you see the guards run away now that Testament's been knocked out. Akira pulls out some rope from inside his coat and ties up Testament's limbs. How about we give this man an interrogation?
Dairon cracks their neck.
Maybe Darren shouldn't take part. The last time they interrogated somebody, it ended badly.
Well, we'll need lookouts.
Aw.
This man deserves to die, but we need to get as much info from him as we can.
Yeah, but he's not afraid of death either, so.
And then we kill him, right?
I like to think he was afraid of death. Why would he have gone invisible?
Tell me. Do you
There's a
fear
worry
death?
There's a worry that he might be more afraid of what's coming versus what might come after.
You see as Akira checks his person, and he actually underhand tosses you, Felix, a Testament's magic book. His book of spells.
Oh, cool.
Well,
You
we're
know,
going to interrogate him.
Give me
I
an
have just-
investigation check, Felix.
Investigation.
Well, if we're going to be interrogating him, I don't know
Nope.
just the spell to use.
You notice, even though it's heavily raining, the rain isn't damaging the book, and you aren't sure why. If anyone else wants to investigate the book, for why that might be the case.
Investigation.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, I'm going to cast Zone of Truth.
You can
Ow.
tell, Felix, the book has been designed and laced with hydrophobic powder. It's a fun word.
Hmm.
Yeah, I get to
So-
use that a lot in my job, actually.
So, as Aldane drops down the Zone of Truth, you watch as Akra heals Testament with a good berry. A singular good berry. And he's like, oh, you didn't let me live? What? Were you willing to kill the guards whose names you don't know but let me live? How hypocritical. And you just watch as, like, Akra, like, holds up the horn and says, shut the fuck up, mate. We're interrogating you.
Yeah, there's no guarantee either way that we'll let you live. Plus, we didn't hunt down the guards who fled.
Well then. What do you want to know?
Let's start with everything, shall we?
Well, I was born 30 years ago. In the
Zyron, like,
Ebony Imperium.
Zyron just, like, throws a dagger right by his face.
Fine,
Maybe
what
I
do you
should have
want to
phrased
know?
that better. Locations, names, locations of the pathways and entrances to your daddy dearest's lair.
You already went there.
Yes, but we don't know the route between here and there very well, especially
you
how
take-
well guarded some of them are.
Didn't you take a boat there when you already invaded here?
We did,
Yeah,
but we don't know if that
that's-
route is guarded anymore.
Ah, well, yes it is.
Yeah, that figures.
Is there some kind of, like, password that'll get us through?
They'll know who you are on sight. My father did see you after all. He would have shared your likeness with everyone.
Well, let's see then. Are there any passcodes or secret routes that we're not aware of then?
There are.
Care to elaborate on that?
I don't have to.
Darren,
I know you've cast Zone of Truth. Zone of Truth only means I have to tell you the truth. It doesn't mean I have to speak at all.
And yet you're speaking now, completely at your own will.
Yeah,
Well.
I figured it'd be tough for you to shut up.
Well, I've always been told I like the sound of my own voice. I mean, it's a pretty good voice if I do say so myself.
Eh,
So
6
tell
out of
me
10.
about. So tell me about.
Tell you about what?
What's his name again? Oh, what do you dead name him as? Drake?
What about my brother?
Tell me about how much Daddy loved him.
Well, I believe you already know that I was originally supposed to be the vessel of my father. When every child, when born, is put through a ritual to determine how compatible they are with my father. Drake Blackburn, or Kurogane as you call him, has been the most closest compatible ever. He was elated to find out such a case, and so he was given special treatment. He was given 3 meals a day instead of the 2 like we were, and he was pampered, and even his mother was given the highest honours for bringing him into the world.
So, what I'm hearing is, Kuro was better than in every way possible.
Well, if you could say that. I
I
have
mean,
to admit, it takes a certain kind of person to be able to escape the Imperium at the age of 8, and
I mean,
somehow survive long enough to get to 10 no Yama.
I just
I'll give credit
I
where credit is due.
grab his jaw and hold it and be like, it must burn, doesn't it, knowing that you were never going to be Dad's favorite. It must burn something, huh?
I'll be completely honest. Not really.
Unfortunately, being Daddy's favorite comes with a cost, doesn't it?
Well, I was relieved to find out that I wasn't going to have my entire soul overwritten by my father.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty shit thing to go through. I'm surprised it didn't make you want to, turn on him like any decent person would.
And then do what? Be hunted down for the rest of my life as I would have been killed for revealing potential secrets? No, it is better to live a life in opulence, even if it means living a lie.
The Gilded Cage.
Mm-hmm.
You're pitiful. Now that just...
Such a fucking coward.
Alright, guys, quit negging him. He's not gonna go home with you.
I am
Tyron
not
is kind of...
him.
Tyron's just like...
don't be too hasty, Seamus.
I just, point the dagger, across his cheek.
Ah, kinky, I see. That wasn't in the dossier.
Guys, can you just stick to getting info from him instead of flirting? Because we
Yes,
should,
please, Rua says as he's arms crossed, looking uncomfortable.
we should probably, skedaddle relatively soon.
I want to ask something though, Testament, as Rua, gets close. You claimed you didn't believe in slaves and that they shouldn't be kept. Did you mean that? And you see Testament pause for a moment, and his expression twists into a smile. I lied. My life of luxury wouldn't have been half as grand if I didn't have people waiting hand and foot. It's especially nice seeing humans do it after all the horrific acts they did in the war.
Quick little out of character thing, this is actually partially true to real life. A lot of people want to keep slavery around because, life is more convenient for them that way. And no other good reason.
As the
there's
GM,
never good reason, but...
slavery is vile. It should never be condoned.
Precisely.
Testament is a massive cunt. The people in Black Rain are massive cunts for perpetuating such a cycle. Doesn't matter if someone's done wrong. You shouldn't need to debase and dehumanize someone like that.
Correct.
Back to the campaign, however. As he just smiles at Rue and says that... What would you know anyway, Rua? You also grew up in a life of pleasures and actually I can't remember the word. Privilege, didn't you? And Rua just looks and is like, no. I mean, I went to public school. I was given a normal education. Yeah, sure, my dad was the king, but he also raised me without any special luxuries. He made sure to go to clothes shops and support businesses unlike you. The stuff I got never came at the cost of people's lives. The strength me and my friends have gained have been through our own toils and sacrifices. You wouldn't know anything about that. You've never had to suffer and work for anything in your life. If I could give up the title of king today, I would. But unfortunately, the reputation and prestige my title holds is too valuable to just trade away. Not when I can still do good with it. And when we're done, Black Rain will become a liberated nation, like the rest of this continent. And by the time that'll be fully done, you will be not only referred to in the past tense, but no one will remember you, or your father.
You're our fucking bitch. And Dyer just kind of like nicks him a little bit. Close to the eye, make it really like sting a little bit.
Well, that was a nice speech, Rua Everay. But what does it matter? You're the ones wasting your time here instead of going to save your beloved friend. Who knows, maybe by the time you get there...
What does your father have it? What are the defenses your father have in store?
To my knowledge, my father was able to replicate the dungeons that you had been travelling through when dealing with the Dracolich pieces. What that means, however, I don't know, as he ordered everyone to leave his tower before he cast such a spell.
Can I tell if he's lying on that?
He's in zone of truth, so he can't be lying.
Can he be twisting? Like, I want to make sure he's not twisting.
You can insight and see if he's hiding stuff, because, yeah, zone of truth doesn't mean you have to spill the beans, it just means you have to be honest with what you're saying.
And that can also mean exact words, which is what I'm going to
Yeah.
look for in my insight check.
Yeah, and
Damn it.
Well,
it's
Akira
like,
did
it's like
inspiration.
Obi-Wan famously said, it is the
Yeah.
truth from a certain point
Well-
of view.
What's the inspiration dice for me? For inspiration?
Isn't it a D10, Seamus?
Yes, it's a D10.
Nope. 17.
He's being honest. He generally isn't sure, especially because he's never been in any of those dungeons, so he has no frame of reference like you guys do. If anything, you're arguably more informed than he is, based on what he's just told you.
What about material, persons, armies, needed, like soldiers?
All of them are positioned outside of the tower. They've surrounded the entire area.
Are there blind spots in that formation?
No. My father spent an entire decade, according to him, planning an airtight route. No, that was a GM flub. An airtight security plan. Is that everything?
Is it everything everyone wants?
I can't think of anything else.
Akra asks, what do we have to expect regarding the Dracolich pieces when we get close to Eben? And Testament widens his eyes. Ah, shrewd question. But I don't have to tell you.
No, you do. And I like hold the knife.
Honestly, Dairon, 1 second, I'll deal with it. And you watch as Akra... he groin kicks Testament so hard, he's unconscious. But then he feeds him another good berry, and Testament opens his eyes, and he just blinks, and he's like, what just happened? And you guys could see, because Testament was wearing rather tight trousers, there's suddenly a surprisingly... His groin area is surprisingly baggy in his tight trousers after that kick.
Do a little scared of yourself, buddy.
What's happened to my dick? What have you done? Why can't I feel my testicles? You freak.
Now imagine what we'll do to the rest of you. Talk.
Akira just like... As he looks at you guys, you just see him mouth the word concave.
Well, have fun living like a eunuch, my friend.
I'll have fun living my life however I want when this is all said and done.
Cool. Good luck with that.
And as he says that, you watch as he shows his hands, because they're free, and he casts a spell.
I try to stab him.
So as the counter spell goes off, you need to make a roll.
Okay.
It fails. But as that happens, you suddenly see a knife get plunged into his neck. And it tears through it. And then you see a familiar tiefling having revealed herself after having been invisible. Give me an intelligence check to try and recognize this person. Haldane?
Intelligence, yes. Something that Eldain definitely has a lot of.
Keep telling yourself that.
I mean,
I was being sarcastic. Dylan. Oh, he's pretty smart right now.
it's Charity. The tiefling girl you saved back in the prologue, the ambassador.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, so someone I don't know.
Insight.
You saw her.
Yeah, you were there.
You saved her.
Yeah.
Neutral point.
Oh, so this was after I had joined?
Yeah. This is
This was the
first
thing
arc.
that you guys was. Yeah, this was the prologue where you were saving her and the other two ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What are you inciting for again?
Intention.
You can tell she was waiting for the right moment to do that.
Intention. State your intentions now.
I've wanted to kill him for a while after I found out what he did.
Okay, cool. Bye.
I heard about the stir when you guys came to investigate into that group. I found some secret documents in his office. And I learned everything that he'd been doing. I was working with Layla to help. I told her about the tunnel to get into here.
Ah, so you're our woman on the inside.
You can tell, Dairon, it seems like she was actually in the zone of truth when it was cast.
I was about
That's
to
how
make that
close
point.
she was waiting. Go and save this country and its people. When you come back, we'll work together. I don't want to see any more suffering of its people.
Good enough for me. Let's go.
I'll lead you to the ship that Layla and I procured for you. And as she leads you to the docks, you walk through the city of Rainwall, and it's just eerily quiet.
Where are the citizens?
Darren.
All hunkered down.
Darren, do you have a way to, like, disguise yourself?
No.
No. I thought you did.
They'll know
No.
it's you when you get there.
I have a disguise kit, but yeah.
Every other ship is in the Imperium. There's no way they're not going to know it's you.
Okay. It was worth a try.
Is there anyone I can contact?
I gave Leela our sending stone, but if
Okay.
you have access to sending,
I have the spell, yes. I'll contact her to then liaise with your side.
do you know how much information? Kind of question out of character. How much information does sending need to contact someone?
Good question, again. Let me consult the tome. You
Creature
send a
with which
short
you are
message.
familiar.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's the old one. Unless it's just redone. Yeah, you have met or a creature described to you by someone who has met it.
Okay, I describe Guy.
Oh, I remember seeing him when I came into the city. Way back when.
Contact him.
Understood. And, yeah. As you get on the boat, Akira actually takes the steering wheel. You know what? I know how to ride a boat. This is, like, the first time in ages I'm gonna have to do so.
I'll be right back.
As Akira sorts out the boat and basically takes it off out of the port, he basically, makes it go. I don't know boat terminology. But as the boat's actually quite big, it's enough that when you investigate the boat, there's actually a barracks. There's 3 hammocks. And there's also like a storage room. You notice there's actually enough food to last you the journey. As you ride on the boat, this is an opportunity for you guys to talk amongst yourselves if you would like. Unless you... I think Gen said he wanted to ask Charity something. If any of you want to ask Charity anything, actually, before you leave, you can.
Are you single? No.
Aldean dope slap Seamus.
Rua does ask, you said you knew everything. What exactly does that entail? And she basically says how... She pretty much tells you the stuff that you already know, that it's going to be a ritual that allows Eben's soul to override Kuro's. And according to the thing she read, the ritual will actually enhance the power of Testament, of Eben, when he actually goes into the vessel. It's not sure by how much, but it will be enough that it will be a significant increase and worth the potential risks involved of transferring the soul over. She actually hands you the dossier from Testament's office. If any of you want to read it on the journey, you can.
Sure. Sounds like a good idea.
Unless you have anything you actually want to ask as well, though, I'll say we're on the move. Who would want to read the dossier? Or you can read it as a group, actually, if you wanted.
I'm going to be busy with... well, how long is the journey going to take? Will we get a chance for a long rest?
Good question, Mill. Let me see.
It's a fair old distance.
It will take you about 5 days.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we'll be fine.
And that's if the wind doesn't make your journey slower or quicker. That's accounting for no complications. If you want to, if any of you want to peruse the documentation that she gives you, give me a intelligence check, just straight intelligence. Okay, no problem. Actually, the DC was actually a 21.
Cool.
It's less that the document's dense, but it's also parsing the language used.
Yeah.
Because it's very technical. Like, it goes into concepts you've not studied. But you basically, as you read the document, you learn that you actually learn the ability of the Dracolich piece in Black Rain. It's the heart of the Dracolich, and it actually allows control over the other pieces.
Oh, great.
It can basically forcibly change ownership into the person who possesses the heart, or even just turn the weapons off so they're completely inert, if change of ownership isn't possible, somehow.
Wonderful.
It also, apparently according to the ritual, the ability of the Dracolich and the powers that have been accrued have actually stockpiled into the pieces. So any abilities that the Dracolich pieces individually develops through their vessels will eventually become added to the complete creation.
Right.
Which will then merge with Eben, allowing him to gain not only the abilities of whatever he will get from taking over Kurogane, but also all of those abilities from each individual vessel, which would include, but not limited to, the power and abilities of an ancient white dragon, the psionic abilities of an Ulapharid, which, bearing in mind, is basically like a prodigy of mind flayers, all of the druidic and plant control abilities that Flora had, including the abilities of a corpse flower, the magic barriers of that pharaoh, including the undead manipulation, as well as the abilities of the dragon turtle. Although you remember the dragon turtle didn't really gain anything necessarily unique, other than the ability to actually spawn wings off its back. You can only gather that perhaps Eben will be able to conjure or have the what's the word? Like almost the protective carapace of that turtle shell. And also, of course, all of the abilities of the Bahia. Which also seems to include gorging on another creature to eat it, to gain HP, because that did happen.
So we should we should avoid letting Eben, do that.
From what you can tell, though, it doesn't list a potential maximum or minimum range of the Dracolich piece.
Right.
The dossier states that because Eben was never able to retrieve another Dracolich piece, it'll be something that everyone will find out when it comes to.
Great. We probably should have let him have one just to figure that one out. But
I mean, if you remember, he actually did borrow Outrage. It's almost like I foreshadowed that ability. Because, very barely, but like, yeah. The dossier also states how the true purpose of this power that he's trying to accrue, and it is 10th level magic.
Right.
There's then an addendum chapter about how 10th level magic is effectively magic that goes beyond the limitations of any spell cast at that level. Effectively, and it lists an example of anything within a fireball's radius at 10th level would mean everything is burnt.
Right.
But it also lists, and there's a specific part of that chapter listed as the true prize, which is 10th level wish.
That sounds bad.
It describes how 10th level wish basically allows the user to wish for anything, even outside the limitations of the wish spell.
That is bad.
Why is this happening to us?
This is gonna be a bad time.
Yep. Anyway, who wants waffles?
And you basically see, how to describe it, you basically get to read an entire list of the abilities that the spell does. You know, that wish does.
Yeah.
Can I not? Oh, okay, I need to get legacy. There we go. Thank God. So wish includes, you can create an object up to 25,000 gold in value. That isn't a magical item. And it cannot be any more than 300 feet in any dimension. You can allow up to 20 creatures you can see to basically gain the effects of Greater Restoration. 10 creatures are allowed to gain resistance of any damage type of the user's choice. It also allows you to grant 10 creatures the immunity to any spell or other magical effect for 8 hours. Such as being able to be immune to a Lich's life drain. You can also undo a single event, recent event, by basically forcing a re-happening of it. Reality reshapes itself to accommodate the results. Such as basically stopping a critical hit, a friend from failing a saving throw, or even stuff like advantage or disadvantage to happen or not happen. It also states that the stress of casting this spell to produce any other effect that doesn't include the ability to duplicate the effect of another spell can weaken you. During that level of stress, you take a large amount of damage based on the level of the original level of the spell that can't be reduced or prevented. And it lists how your strength, which out of character, your strength drops to 3 if it isn't already lower than 3. And there is a 33% chance you will never be able to cast Wish ever again. But it lists how 10th level Wish theoretically would ignore that limitation as well. Effectively putting Eben in the status of a god.
Of course it's a godhood thing. Why am I not shocked?
But yeah, that's basically what you get from the book, the dossier, the file. So yeah, pretty bad shit.
Yeah.
So let's do this quick and clean, or as best as we can.
It's funny, as you read it out, Akra actually chuckles.
Less surprising, honestly.
I'll be honest, I'm not scared.
Oh, no, neither. No, of course not.
I mean, it's not good. But, like, I've dealt with worse.
Also, it's very comical.
Yeah. I mean, I respect the idea of wanting to become so strong. I mean, after all, I was effectively born into amounting to nothing, and it's only because I pushed myself that hard I'm as strong as I am today. So I can respect that drive. What I don't respect is the means of him going about it. Have you noticed the common thing amongst all of this power that he's trying to gain? Give me an intelligence check, all of you, if you want to try and discern what Akra is referring to.
Oh boy.
Rua will also roll it.
Can't we do insight?
No.
Damn it. Well,
Because it goes beyond inciting Akra and more general philosophy and also memorization. So, Felix and Seamus, you get what Akra's referring to. None of this is stuff Eben himself has worked towards.
So he's actually, being lazy about it, not
Exactly.
putting the work in himself.
Black dragons, obviously by nature of being dragons, are going to be more powerful than most mortals on the planet, or ever.
and he still
probably...
wants more power because he's a fucking asshole.
That's not the thing, but it's more the fact that he's taking shortcuts. He's not working to earn this power, he's just taking it. His brother, on the other hand, from what you've described, actually worked through the ritual to become a Draco-Lich. And to be fair, Liches can't... The idea of Lichdom is generally associated as a shortcut to power. But the genuinely strong Liches do so while also not only being strong themselves, but become stronger by doing it the proper way. And he's basically stealing that effort from his own sibling. He's not achieving 10th level Wish, or any other spell that breaks the limitations of reality through his own skill. Sure, he might have figured out these concepts exist, but it's not information that's that esoteric or, out of the realms of anyone figuring it out. Heck, I'm barely enough to pass as a wizard, and I'm able to concentrate on 2 spells at once. So that should tell you how it's not that difficult. It's why he pisses me off so much. Because he spits in the face of people like you or me. After all, you guys can still perform completely fine without your Dracolich pieces. All they do is augment what you already have. Take them away and you're still completely fine.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that.
Well, yeah, probably. I wouldn't rely on them for this final fight.
Yeah. Doesn't seem
If
like a
need be,
good idea to have him.
If we need to, you guys can rest before we go into his lair, and I will look around the area and find any equipment that can be substituted.
That would be appreciated.
Not only do I need less time to rest than you guys, I'm also more than twice as fast as you guys. I also have a bag of holding on me, so... yeah.
James, do you have enough spell slots left to cast, Tiny Hut?
Yeah. I mean, technically, I don't even need a
I
spell
do.
slot to do it anymore, I think.
Oh, I forgot. I'm going to DM you, Mill, while I remember about what the spells are in his book.
I was going to say, during that 5 days, I would like to study Testament Spellbook.
Well, you could just claim it as your spell book.
Ah.
You would be allowed to.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you want to discuss amongst each other, like, what the plans might be, or just anything like that, or you could even do perception checks as well to, like... Because, you know, you were told that you might be intercepted on the way, so...
Well, I'd like at the very least a short rest first.
Of course.
If not a long rest, because, yeah, between the Bone Claw teleporting right in front of my face and, you know, that fucking bead of fireball, it wasn't a great time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So are we gonna have how many? Are we gonna have like 5 days on the open ocean?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
I think I'll wait until we're on the ocean.
but yeah, I can ritual cast Tiny Hut now.
Yeah, you can, actually. I will say, though, you're allowed to, like, just sleep in the cabin, in the, like, barracks, and just take watches. Although, to be fair, it's really hard to tell when it's, like, day, because, like, it's just eternally dark skies.
Hmm.
You know? But yes, I'm gonna say... Dylan, give me a D100.
Okay.
So during the trip, it's eerily uneventful.
Are we on the boat now, or
You're on the boat, yeah.
can I can we like have a moment for our talks all day?
Yeah, go for it. I'll just sort out Testament spell list if any of you guys want to roleplay.
Aldane, you have a moment?
Yes. Sure. What is it?
Is anyone around?
You'd be allowed to just go in the barracks and chat if you wanted to, like, talk privately.
We should come up with
With a what now?
a plan.
Yeah, that's pretty evident.
And I don't mean just a plan of attack. I'm talking about an eventuality.
What do you mean by that?
There are there's a few bad outcomes that I can foresee that we should be prepared for. And I'm talking about the real worst case, not necessarily you or me or Felix or Seamus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking if we fail. Or if we're
Yes.
we need to be prepared.
We do need to have contingencies in place. However, there's not much we can do in our current position, I feel.
If we need to bolt, I don't trust Akira to grab Rua and run.
You think that should be the plan?
I think if Kuro doesn't survive this, we are going to need to bring Rua down to make sure that he doesn't try to do something.
Yes. I am hoping it will not come to that.
No, but we need to be prepared. And it would be foolish to not consider The other thing I am worried about is kind of a suicide move by Eben.
Yes, that would also not be ideal.
We win. Kuro's alive. Rua's alive. I'm assuming that Kuro at the very least is not going to be an active fighter, regardless.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that we do whatever we can to make sure that Rua and Kuro get out of here alive. And I mean whatever it takes.
Yes. On that we are agreed. Should we bring this up with Akra?
Akira's gonna do what Akira's gonna do.
That does not change my question. We should tell him that this is what we need, that we need a contingency plan in case things go belly up. Because if shit goes sideways, and he, of all people, is unable to aid us in taking down this motherfucker, then we need a contingency to allow for him to escape, because he is still the strongest person around. So if he doesn't think it's possible for us to win, he needs to ideally grab Rua and get the fuck out of Dodge. And it all depends on him, because we cannot force him to do this. Regardless, I do think we should take him aside and inform him of this.
Kaito, where is Akira at this moment?
He's managing the boat. I forgot to say as well, if I didn't mention it before, you all have inspiration because of the laughs that I got from Testament.
Yeah, we were kind of roasting him quite a bit.
It was a great, great cooldown fight. It was great.
He's managing he's operating the boat, but if you asked him to because you would notice during the time that he's been doing it, he's actually been training Rua how to handle a boat. So he could have Rua handle the boat, and then you could talk to him if you wanted to.
I'll
go grab it. I'll go grab Akira and pull him aside.
Oh, so what's going on, Dairon?
Aldair and I wanted to have a word.
Congratulations?
No.
No.
Not like that.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Also not like that.
You know what? I'll just let you finish. I'll let you talk rather than assume.
Probably the smart move. So, we were discussing that we need a contingency plan in case shit goes sideways and the situation becomes unsalvageable, as it is.
Okay.
We understand that we're going in with bright eyes and hopes, but we'd be foolish to not consider the negative.
The possibility that things go horribly, horribly wrong, yes.
So, I mean, I've had plans as well. I mean, during the time you guys have been sleeping for 8 hours, I've been thinking of, what might happen, what we might end up dealing with. Hearing the stuff listed in that dossier has made me reconsider a few things.
It is a bit sobering, yes.
I'm going to tell you, with complete honesty, I'm not worried. I still have complete faith in us 6 being able to handle this.
I appreciate that.
That doesn't
we
mean,
all appreciate that.
That doesn't mean that I'm expecting us to win with 100% success rate. Variables can happen. We could lose Kuro. Half of us could die while saving Kuro. Rua could be the only one dead. Any combination of factors could happen. And I've been aware of this. Which is why I have an idea where if he achieves his ultimate power, I will hold him off for as long as possible while you guys rest, even if that means you taking 8 hours of sleeping. And hopefully by then, even if I die, I have whittled him down enough that he has lost most of his resources.
Alright. If shit goes sideways in a different way, though, whereby...
I still have plenty of things I didn't show you. You see, I think I said before, but after my partner went into the land of the dead, I felt like something went missing. I had a breakdown, and I basically burnt myself out in terms of my power. And because I didn't really do much training in that time that she was gone, before meeting you guys, I did actually regress in strength. But since training with you guys for those 6 months, I feel like I've regained the power I had before my partner left. And that includes a few, like I said, a few more tricks that I haven't used yet. Tricks that should easily give us a better chance of winning. That doesn't mean it's 100%. Nothing is guaranteed in life. But that also doesn't mean that a 1% chance can't be the thing that happens. I've been alive for over 300 years, obviously. I've seen so much happen. I've dealt with coups. I've helped appoint leaders to countries and settlements. I've fallen in love. I've had a child. I've died more than once. I've seen multiple planes of existence, and I've travelled through every continent on this planet. The stuff I could tell you about, you would be... By the time I was done, you'd have forgotten most of it. Like I said, I'm confident in our successes to win. That doesn't mean that I expect the best case scenario to be the case, but at worst, one of us will be walking out alive, which means that's good. Because even if any of us die, we can be brought back. That means whoever's still alive can rally whoever is around to save the rest of us. Having been to the land of the dead myself, it would even be entirely possible we could resurrect ourselves.
Good to know.
And if my partner's there, then our chances of that happening are monstrously high. She's stronger than me at this point, if she's been regularly fighting.
Mm.
Worst case scenario, we all die, we go to the land of the dead. And again, at worst, Eben destroys most of the continent. He rules supreme while we're in the land of the dead. What that would mean, however, is he would cause enough of a stir that a god would have to intervene. As much as I detest divinity and the gods, someone would have to intervene. Whether that means the Black Knight does so on behalf of Crusaders, whether that means an Azamar that we haven't seen yet comes out of the woodwork to deal with it, whether that means a god themselves intervenes and just erases him. He won't be able to get away with this. And if he does, well, at that point he might as well deserve the win.
What we were going to suggest, or at least proposal that Dairon put forth to me, and I think it was a potential good idea should things go horribly, horribly wrong. Assuming most of us are too severely injured or outright dead, but you are still in good shape, and Rua is still alive. The best option in that scenario is you grabbing Rua and booking it out of there to
Okay.
recover and fight another day. Muster up any forces you can, etc.
Okay.
And if possible, grab the Dracolich pieces and take them with you.
I'll be honest, if it comes to it, I would just break the Dracolich pieces.
Either way, ensure
can
that he
destroy-
cannot get his hands on them.
I would be able to destroy those magic items. Knowing my strength and seeing how strong they are, I could destroy them right now if you really wanted me to do that.
Honestly, I imagine the pieces themselves would prefer death over being subsumed by.
I wouldn't like to guess because I've never. The most I interacted with them was basically calming Dyrons down ages ago.
Mine interacted with him briefly and was very, very unhappy with the prospect of being subsumed.
Well, either way, we've got a different plan. We've got different plans going on. I have my plans. You have yours. But I will take Rua out, or any of you, if need be. I'm not putting my grandson above any of you guys. That's not to say that it would be sensible to let him die to save any of you. Obviously, he's the King of Cordis. That has a specific level of power and priority.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Retreat must
I'm not-
be on the table should things go wrong.
The thing is, though, if
But
he's about
ideally,
to
things
die,
won't go wrong.
for example, if he's about to die and you two are still alive, I'm taking you guys.
Hmm.
I'm not potentially causing greater risk just to save him. I love him. He's my grandson. But, again, having two people alive is better than having only one person alive. Rua's strong, but so are you guys. Again, that doesn't mean I'm disregarding your plan. If need be, obviously I will save him. But at that point, I would just hold him off and you guys could escape. Because again, by that point, even if he beat me, he wouldn't be walking away without something done to him. Whether that means he would never be able to see again, fly again, even speak again, he wouldn't be walking away unscathed without some form of permanent damage. But I do appreciate you bringing me into this.
Hmm.
The more concern I really have, concern that's kind of involved.
What was that,
Is
sorry,
Rua-
Ben?
Sorry, the concern I have at the pit of all of this is Rua making a decision and trying to do a play to save Kuro out of some sense of heroism.
I mean, I
I'm
know
not
it's
even
what I
saying-
would do.
I'm not.
That's.
I'm
Sorry,
not
go
saying
ahead,
it's.
Ruben.
I'm not saying it's a bad instinct. Good instinct.
It could still cause problems, though.
I'm saying when it comes down to it, in the priority list, Rua, if I'm going to be honest, if we had to do the calculus, it's Rua first.
I know.
And we cannot risk him doing something stupid. But
Part of the training was to part of that training for 6 months was to weed out that kind of behaviour. And, you know, having seen what he's like, I trust him to not endanger any chances of success. Obviously, in the heat of the moment, that can go out the window. Anyone has the capacity to break under pressure and do something reckless. But, again, When I say I'm confident in not only us as a unit, but you all individually. But, if need be, I'll do my best to restrain him or knock him out if I have to.
Appreciate it.
Even if it means I have to cut off his other arm or some shit, I don't know. Hopefully it won't come to that, but you know.
Thank you, Akira. That
We appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, heck, at the end of the day, this is your story and this is your journey. I'm more of just a guest. Again, that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit on the sidelines and do nothing. That's why I'm here. Because while I can be alive and while I can make a difference, I will be. Because eventually, I'm going to die. Whether that means I'm killed in battle and I can't be revived again, whether that means it's old age or some sort of natural circumstance. Even if you guys still don't want to continue doing this kind of thing afterwards, I still want you to be at a point where you can handle most things. I don't want you slacking off in like a decade's time, and then the world is fucked because only someone like Rua is still training. That doesn't mean you have to devote your life to being a hero, but at least still keep in shape, you know? As a passing of the torch to the next generation, it's all of our responsibility to contribute. With us and our level of power, we all have a responsibility to use what we have for the right reasons.
we're aware. It's important to say the things out loud sometimes.
Of course. Yeah. Again, that was part of the training, is, you know.
We need to vocalize the plan just so we're all... Because, look, let's not kid ourselves. I'm the most likely of the four of us to do the sacrifice play. Not that I will, but it's there. And I know that
it's nice to know that you care enough about your friends to be willing to do that. That does mean something. That's a sign of positive growth, Dairon.
I also recognize that Rua has the same gut response.
Maybe that's why you're all friends, because you're all so similar, deep down.
Maybe.
Dairon chuckles before, not saying a thing.
That's same may be a strong word for.
I mean, you're all here. You all could have just decided to stay behind in Cordis, or even just only help with pushing through with the war, like invading Blackrain. But you didn't, you're here. And that means something. You all toughed out my 6-month training. You've all been able to handle the Dracolich pieces without going insane, although that probably helps with being a champion, but beside the point. The thing is, you have the right stuff. But I should check up on Rua and the others. And he leaves you to it.
Being said, Aldane,
Yes.
get home alive.
I am planning for nothing less.
As you...
What kind of lunatic plans to go into a situation just to die?
Dairon just gives you a smile and winks at you before walking out the door.
As that happens, Dairon, Seamus, Felix, Aldane, all of you give me Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
Am I close enough to Aldane?
Yeah, sure, I'll be nice.
I don't like this.
Is this a magical effect?
Have we had a
That's
long rest?
funny!
It is.
Have we had a
I'm-
long rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
then-
use.
this
I'm
would
not
be
as
like-
worried.
This would be like day 3.
I'm gonna use my Seder Horn Dagger effect to give myself advantage.
So, you all, with the... Oh, excuse me, my drink's repeating on me. You all begin to feel a sharp pain in the area that your Dracolich pieces are connected to. So for Seamus, you get a massive pain in your brain. Aldane, your limbs feel numb and like are in agony. Dairon, your eyes feel like they almost want to pop out of your skull. Felix, you almost want to reach at your shoulder blades and just rip them out. It's
Oh yeah, magical
debilitating.
migraine is exactly what the doctor ordered. Fuck.
I mean, it's really bad. It's like someone's driven like a knife into your skull, Seamus, and it's just wiggling it about.
Oh, lobotomy.
Yeah.
Lobotomy Kaisen.
Fuck. I was gonna say that. You notice a light glimmering from your Dracolich pieces.
Don't like this.
And you see, Dairon, you see a green light come from your Dracolich piece. Aldane, you see a blue one. Seamus, yours is purple. Felix, yours is yellow.
Oh,
And in
purple.
addition, your Dracolich pieces also exude a grey-coloured light and a red-coloured light. These 6 lights begin to, as they hover in the air, they all fly at an alarmingly fast speed in the direction of Black Rain. As that happens, you no longer feel the pain from what the body parts are associated with the weapon, sorry. You don't feel pain there anymore. But you also don't feel the sensation of the Dracolich pieces anymore.
That's not good.
That is very not good.
Dairon, as you touch isolation, it just crumbles into ash. Felix, your cloak, ash. Seamus, the katana you have, ash. Aldane, the sword you have, ash.
Well, shit.
That's concerning.
Are you guys all okay? Rua runs around to check on you all.
Yeah, I think Evan pulled some fuckery and now he has access to the Drakelet powers.
Oh, wonderful. At least we can get you. At least you guys can get used to it now, rather than like him suddenly doing it last minute to like edge you guys.
Really,
know,
was that the phrase you had to pick?
Fuck off! You guys keep joking about the fucking bone claws. I'm allowed to make quips here and now.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
I'm not enjoying. This isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
as that happens, after what feels like several just minutes of eerie silence, you begin to see, like, in the distance, you can see barely the tower from Eben's, like, Imperium. Almost as if it's basically the lighthouse of the area. And it begins to glow awfully bright, to the point where you actually have to avert your gaze. And then you just... how would I describe it? You basically see, like, a blast of magical energy that erupts. I guess the best way to describe it is like an EMP, so to speak. As what happens is that you all feel a wash of energy over you, and then it just vanishes. And as that happens, it's just stillness again.
Oh, this is gonna be a real pain in the ass.
From what I could sense, Akira says, it felt as if he was feeling for us.
He grabbed something, because the pieces are gone.
I don't sense any more of that corruptive energy on you anymore. And it seems as if he was using some sort of energy pulse to sense where we all are. But I was able to trace it. Which gives me an idea. Rua, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
And as Rua takes the wheel, Akira looks around and says, does anyone have anything I can draw with?
I look at Felix.
Yes?
Can I borrow something?
Yeah, I did give it over.
He goes down to the barracks. You guys can follow him if you want.
Yep.
And he basically starts drawing a circle on the ground with very ornate runes. And when he's finished, he spends probably like 5 minutes doing it, but at the speed he's doing it is incredible. For the amount of intricate detail, it's like looking at a panel in Berserk.
Yay!
And when it's done, Akira just like... And there we go. Teleportation circle. If this is right, this should take us within the Imperium. Worst case scenario, we land several thousand feet in the air and die. But this would save us a lot of time. What do you say?
I mean, probably for the best if we get there as soon as possible.
At this point, he's expecting it. He's expecting us.
I knew you guys
Anything
were nice.
Anything we can do to try and fudge the numbers.
So Akira goes up to grab Rua, and when Rua comes down, Akira says to you, all stand within the circle. I need you all to hold hands. Or at least touch each other in some capacity, you know. I know youngsters are weird about holding hands, I don't know.
What?
Akira's just being old. His boomer is showing very briefly. So as you all place your hands on each other's hands or whatever you decide to do, Akira channels magical energy as he casts teleportation circle. In that moment, you find yourselves in a very familiar entrance hall. You haven't been here in ages. But it's the entranceway to Eben's Tower. And let me get some music, because we've been using that thing for ages now. There you go, Mel. As you are in the tower, or at least the bottom floor of the tower, you all feel a level of pressure on you, as if a weight is being pushed on your bodies. You don't buckle under it, but it feels like it almost feels like a level of anxiety is just on you. Even though you might not necessarily be anxious. Well, turns out I am the best. As Akira, grinning, clearly happy with himself.
Well, it's certainly nice not to be plummeting to our deaths.
You're fine, you wouldn't have died. I'd have saved us, probably.
I'm glad you seem so confident.
At worst, I would have had to teleport us back to Cordis, which would have been extremely embarrassing.
And a little bit annoying.
Oh, a little bit? I'd have been fucking furious. Never mind, though. We're here. We don't need to worry. I guess we just have to brave the tower now.
Yay!
I'm using perception to look for anything, like anything coming, or
Akru will also do so, and Rua. That's Akru's rule.
I'll leave it
I
to you
like to do
guys.
anything.
Akru just, like, closes his eyes for a moment and just... no people inside.
I mean, that does match what Testament said.
I do feel something strange, though. And it's not the Dracolich energy or the... to do with Ebon. It feels like another presence entirely.
Can I try to do something interesting?
Yeah?
Can I try to reach out to Siriu?
Yeah. Give me a
Or that-
wisdom check. Just normal wisdom, not save. You feel like you can reach to Seiryu and contact him.
Whatever this is, it's not blocking our ability to contact the outside, or at least divine presence.
Yeah, it's not something that's blocking anything, it just feels like a massive energy.
Can I try to ask Siriu while I have this like weird connection? Like
Yeah?
this fleeting moment.
Yeah?
Any last words?
Is that what you say to him?
No. More like any final words of encouragement.
Oh, I assumed you were going to ask me about something else. I mean, go for it, Darren, I guess. You know, we believe in you. That's what Seiryu just says.
About that giant energy mass.
Oh! Yeah, of course. It seems as if it's a life gate.
Do you mind explaining it as if I clearly understand, but for Seamus doesn't?
Oh, yeah, of course, for Seamus, even though he'd probably know it more than you. Effectively, a life gate is a barrier where when you pass through it, it takes you straight to the land of the dead. In a random location. It also makes you dead. If you pass through another life gate, however, you are resurrected back to life.
Ari is saying this, I am saying this.
Akra just nods. You know what? That makes sense. I just used my ability to sense planar portals. This is a portal. Under our feet.
Good.
I never get to use it. I forgot I have it as an ability. Since I came back to the Prime, I've never really needed to sense portals. How often would you need to know where a portal is? Be honest with me, guys.
Not particularly often.
Is he doing what I think he's doing?
Probably.
Akra says, I don't know, honestly. There's no way he should have a life portal under his tower.
No.
Unless he's either formed it, or he built it on top of the portal to begin with.
What?
And if he did any of those, that creates a massive amount of different implications.
He's a black dragon. They don't like each other. Why would he bring back his brother?
I don't think he's bringing back his brother. I think he might be going to the land of the dead to maybe conquer it. Or get something
why?
from there. Either he wants to go there when he's powerful enough to raid it and basically not have anyone stop him, or it could be any other reason why. But whatever the reason is, it's not good.
I don't have enough.
I told you guys in that private conversation we had, I've lived for over 300 years. I don't know why he's fucking doing this.
He's kind of fucking nuts, isn't he?
He's gone off the deep end, and I don't understand what he's trying to do.
I feel like we should at least be moving while we have this conversation.
Yes, let's keep going.
Because whatever it is he's doing, the more we stand here and talk about it, the more time he has to do it.
True. You know what, Felix? Sometimes you're the best of us.
None of this makes any sense.
To be fair, did you get the impression that he was a rational individual when we talked that one time?
Yes, in the sense that you can be very sane while sounding you can be very rational in your insane. I've dealt with people like that.
Yeah, but you've never dealt with an ancient dragon.
This is true.
Dragons... I don't want to sound racist, but dragons often have a different level of morality and, like, how they see the world compared to mortals like us.
Also, immortality is a hell of a drug.
I mean, dragons aren't immortal, though. They just age very, like, for
Oh,
a
no,
long,
he's
long time.
He's getting a taste of it with what he's flirting with right now.
Yeah, I think it's just... Like... How to describe it?
Is living forever in the land of the dead really immortality, though?
I mean, I don't think he's going to go to the land of the dead to stay there. I think his intention is to go in and then come back out.
Was there? This is so beyond, like, this is me thinking big box. Is it possible to go to the land of the dead and, like, essentially take your name off the ledger, so to speak?
What, to make yourself immortal, basically?
What if we're thinking about this all? What if it's never been about here? About any of this?
That's Akra's role. So from what I know, you can't do that. I mean, the ledger, so to speak, is just an intangible concept. While you could potentially remove your ability to, like, die, the ways to do that would be extremely hard. And there are still ways to, like, be stopped. There's no way to be, to my knowledge, without... There are ways to do it, but it would basically involve not being who you are anymore. To become that kind of immortal, you would potentially no longer be able to think anymore. Like, you would just be a mass of existence without any way to, like, interact with anything. Or it would potentially drive you so wild, you would basically be almost... You would almost scare yourself into exile. It's that kind of thing where it would fuck with your brain so hard, you would no longer be able to appreciate that.
I'm gonna try. Can Can I do a roll? Because like my brain, I'm not able to kind of piece this together. But I'm gonna try and remember exactly like how like the types of conversations and memories that we were like kind of exposed to while in the dungeon.
Any of you can do it if you want.
What
Intelligence.
will that roll be? Intelligence?
Yeah, intelligence to recall info.
We're walking as this is happening, right?
Yeah. Like
I'm
you're walking
walking
up
here.
steps.
I'm walking here.
At this point, you've probably like gone up 5 floors of this multi-story tower. I'm only allowing you 4 to do this because you've seen every single memory through each of the Dracolich dungeons. Rua hasn't actually been to every one of them. He's actually missed 2, if you remember.
We also had a chat with Eben.
Mm-hmm. Are you rolling, Seamus?
Yes.
Roll then.
What's up? Roll? Oh, roll intelligence?
Yes.
No, roll Constitution.
So, all of you put your noggins together. The thing you remember is that, like, Eben was jealous of his brother. That seems to be the thing you've kind of, like, come to infer. Eben seemed to be jealous that his brother was potentially surpassing him and leaving him behind. And Eben didn't like that.
You know, I get the feeling that there's a lot of shit that Evan doesn't like.
And yeah, it's... Honestly, it just seems like all of this is down to the fact that Eben is just very, like, scared, really. He doesn't like knowing that someone might be better than him if he can do something to stop that.
Why?
Why?
No, like, so I'm trying, like, Dairon's just trying to figure out the play. If ultimately this is a fear of the bigger fish and jealous of the brother. Right?
Give me... All of you give me an insight check.
Damn it.
You do have your inspiration if you want to do it, but... To be fair, you could roll better. Seamus?
Oh god, I don't think I'm very insightful right now.
I got a natural 4.
I rolled a natural
Not very
11.
insightfully says as he gets the highest roll out of the group.
Oh my god.
Weird flex, but
Seamus.
okay.
From what you can tell, it seems like a control thing ultimately. It seems like he's afraid that... From what you can gather in the sparse memories you've seen, you almost get the feeling that he doesn't want to be hurt again. Or he doesn't want to feel weak anymore.
It's kind of dumb.
Not an appropriate reaction to grief, damn it!
It doesn't even seem like it's out of grief, it just seems like at one point in his life he felt weak, and he didn't like that. Ultimately, all of this grandiosity is basically just a... Oh, what's the word now? Inferiority complex. Him having so many, like, children. Dragons do that anyway, but often they'll have... How would I describe it? They would have children with the same mate. They wouldn't have only like one kid with multiple women. You know, they wouldn't take over an entire country and use it as like a front of operations to the extent he has. They wouldn't interrupt their brother's ritual for power when, from what you can tell, his brother didn't have any beef with him. It's not... Honestly, it's kind of disappointing. He's just a petty little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting from this.
If anything, out of all of his children, Testament takes the most... Testament is the most similar to him.
Oh, God.
Which is very funny when Kuro is supposed to be the most... what's the word? The most compatible with him. With Eben, in terms of this soul thing.
His brother's dead.
Is he? Akira asks you.
As far as any of us can tell.
If he's not, then he's going to be real pissed about us walking around with bits of his body.
From what you've described of, like, the being that lives within your Dracolich pieces and speaks to you, I wouldn't be surprised if all of the negativity from being betrayed by his own brother basically exaggerated all of the parts that became separate. After all, stuff like lust, when untempered by other things, can just lead into indulgence. You know, a desire to eat without being kept in check by other things just means you would grow into obesity and die from that.
What if...
Rage without being tempered by anything else can just be self-destructive and petty and pathetic. I think, because I've seen stuff like this before where people have tried to separate or split themselves to have multiple copies and then it doesn't work. My assumption is that the Dracolich brother anyway, basically has been so fragmented that that's probably why Eben is so confident he can steal his power. Is that even if he's put together, it wouldn't be the same person anymore. And his sense of self wouldn't be enough. That I guess Eben would believe that he could just absorb that existence.
What if that is the play? You have all these pieces, right? But you're missing something. There's an aspect to this that wasn't part of the seven. That wasn't part of the seven. Right? And what if that's the land of the dead?
Perhaps.
Then it tracks. Everything makes sense again. He's going to the land of the dead to use his brother as a soul battery. My initial fear was that we were going to face two dragons working together.
Honestly, it'd be easier if that was the case. We could just play them against each other.
Yeah, from what we saw, they didn't have the greatest relationship to begin with.
No, but
So, actually, you say that, Mel. You wouldn't say. You remember the times when they have spoke before Eben betrayed his brother? They actually were very friendly and cordial. The reason why you can tell the negativity of the Dracolich is so exaggerated like it is is because he genuinely did not expect to be betrayed.
Yeah, but he got betrayed, so...
That's what I mean, though. But up until that point, they had a good relationship. It's more... You're right, but it's more the wording.
Right, okay.
Because, yeah, they did have a good relationship up until that one moment. It's more just to make it more clear the relationship if it wasn't at all. It's just because you rolled them rolls as well, so... Not to interrupt, but it's more just, you know...
Yeah.
No, yeah.
The facts being there, and, you know, so you're not making mistakes or whatever. As you're walking and talking, though, Rua's just like... Honestly, it just sounds pathetic either way.
It does.
Again,
you need to be prepared.
I mean, all it means is that we have to... I mean, if we know exactly what his motivations are, I guess it just means we can say the right things to piss him off the best.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't know Testament's motivations, and we managed to piss him off.
Yeah, but he's clearly an open book, and he hasn't lived for, like, centuries. He hasn't developed that life experience because he was just handed everything on a silver platter. I mean, heck, up until Kuro saved me, I didn't know what it was like to be kidnapped and nearly sold off.
How is it?
I mean, it weren't good. I won't describe what they were going to do to me, but you can infer based on me not wanting to talk about it. Beside that, it's not the point. But the point is, though, like... Testament didn't have any life experience. He never had the opportunity to grow as a person. And that doesn't justify, like, excuse any of the shit he did. He willingly made use of slaves. He could have done what Kuro did and ran away, but he didn't. Heck, even Layla eventually came round to the idea of breaking off from her family.
Yeah, I think it's less that he never had the chance and more that he always chose not to.
Yeah, he always took the easy way. Heck, even even some of the people we've interrogated in the past haven't been, like, as... Like, they've at least been willing to acknowledge that their dad isn't the best. I know some of the people were heavily almost cultish when we first came here, back when we did that investigation, but a lot of them were also very rank and file. Like, they weren't given the opportunity to be allowed to be given more responsibility, to grow and push themselves. Heck, it's crazy, you know, it's crazy to think that Kuro wasn't even 10 years old and he came to the sensibility to run away. When we first met and he told me about who he was as Drake, he told me he never wanted to cast a spell in his life, because he never wanted to rely on the potential and the talent being Eben's son would give him. It's why he wanted to apply himself to the ways of weapons and martial skill. Meanwhile, Testament made use of that, you know? He quite clearly showed how good he was as a mage, despite how weak he was in the end. Fucking bitch. I can't believe he used Finger of Death on me, and it still didn't even do anything. How embarrassing is that?
He tried to disintegrate you.
Yeah, and to be fair, I would have died, but it's still one of them. I still lived the Finger of Death, because if that did kill me, I would have become a zombie, but it didn't. The point is, though, is that it's very telling that Kuro was as strong as he was while actively refusing to take advantage of the talent and potential he had. But when Eben did it, he still clearly couldn't walk the walk. At the end of the day, Kuro has friends and people who care about him. Testament never did. Heck, we saw his sister gut his neck.
Which, always a good time.
But anyway, beside the point. As you're walking along now, this is the DM. As you're getting further up the tower, and eventually you feel like the need to rest, because you've been climbing a lot of stairs. You find one of the rooms. As you find a good room to rest in, all of you give me investigation. This is Rua's roll. This is Akra's roll.
How did I roll that one? I'm doing terribly.
Hey, I got a good investigation roll. Yay!
I'm screenshotting that.
I rolled a 1 and I still got 10.
I'm more surprised that we ended up having the same total when you rolled a 1 and I rolled a fucking 6.
So, Aldane, as you're looking around, you actually find an armory.
Oh.
As you walk in, you see a variety of weapons on display. In there, out of the most interesting in the lots, you find... Let me have a look, actually, before I say that, because I need to check my notes. Because some of you've lost weapons, some of which were crucial. Like you and Dairon. Seamus didn't really need the katana because he's never a melee character, and Felix losing his cloak of protection isn't great, but it's still not like he lost his brush. However, in there, actually no, you know what? I'm gonna do you know what, again, give me a D100. This will decide exactly what you get. Okay, so you all find a cloak. Let me see exactly what the cloak is. There's 2 cloaks, actually. One of them looks a lot more plain, but it has like really cool, the fabric almost like looks frayed at the bottom. It has this really cool looking effect on it. But the one that's more interesting is a cloak that basically looks like the night sky on it. As you look at the cloak, Akra actually says, "Can I check this really quick?"
Go, Fred.
How did this get here? This is the Cloak of Twilight. To explain, actually, so you guys know, this is a cloak I had ages ago.
Okay.
It must have went missing, I guess. And then Akra describes the ability of it. You gain a +1 to AC and saving throws. And as an action, in low light or darkness, you can become invisible.
Seems pretty handy.
This is the exact description of the Cloak of Twilight. I'll post this in the general chat of the Discord. There you go. Akra underhand tosses it to whoever catches it and just says, "Any of you can have it, though. I don't mind."
I will catch it.
I wonder why.
What about the other cloak?
You would have to, what's the fucking word? Identify that one.
Cool, I'll do it.
It's a cloak of billowing. A cloak of billowing, basically, as a bonus action, you can make the cloak billow dramatically.
Hand that over to Seamus.
I was gonna say that sounds like that would be my speed.
But yeah, the cloak can actually change shape, as it does say in the description. The style or the length, anyway.
Oh.
So yeah, that's there. Let me see what... Because you find a sword in the pile. In the armory, sorry. Let me see what it is, though. Which one is it? It's not that one. Is it this one? Okay. You find, if you identify this weapon as well, a Hellfire Longsword. I will put this in the Discord chat as well, for whoever wants this. Probably Aldane, because he doesn't have a longsword anymore. Or at least not one as cool as, what's it called? Outrage.
Mm-hmm.
And...
We're not doing the mastery, are we?
What do you mean?
That's a new rules thing, isn't it?
Oh... Isn't that? Oh, right! No, we're not. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't notice. I'll just delete that then, for the sake of copy-pasting and making it easier, but yeah.
The masteries are interesting, to be fair, but yes, they are.
I'm sure it is. I've just not looked at a single fucking thing for this, for the new edition.
Yeah.
I don't really like...
Well,
it sounds bad, I just kind of don't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
If it wasn't for the fact that we're so deep into 5th edition, that we can't really change the system, I would have changed it. You know, I don't want to give any money to Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
But enough about complaining about a company that is completely out of touch with its player base, and you know.
And reality, but yes.
You also find a pair of boots of Elvenkind. I will share this in the Discord chat as well.
For all of us could benefit from those.
As you look at them, Akira's like, oh, I had a pair of boots like that. It might even be the same pair.
How many of your clothes did Evan steal?
I mean, they didn't get stolen, I just gave some of them to different people.
Anyway,
I don't need the Cloak of Twilight. I can just turn invisible multiple times a day.
Darren, these...
I don't need the boots, I can just mask the sound of my feet.
Darren, these are probably best for you. I chuck them at Darren's unresponding face.
I mean, you could give them to Aldane, then it would make him easier to hide while he's with us.
I would not object.
We'll discuss it when Darren's not disassociating.
Don't we all do it, though, from time to time?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And what was the last thing? Because Darren rolled really, really well.
Yep, hi back. Sorry.
Hello.
you
So yeah,
want-
you've got there's a Hellfire longsword up for grabs. That's probably going to go to Baldane.
Yep.
There's a pair of boots of Elvenkind.
Probably gonna go to me.
What was the last thing?
Cloak of Twilight? Or do you
Oh
mean the-
no, there's something else other than the cloak. I mean, I was nearly like, oh yeah, laser rifle. It's just fucking.
To be fair, in my other campaign, we just got given a bunch of cool items, and
I mean, I'm looking at shit and I'm like, oh yeah, the Hand of Vecna, why not?
Yeah.
our sorcerer was given. Our sorcerer had wisdom that was like 8, I think, and then got given an item that boosted their wisdom to 23, and we're all just laughing at the fact that it's like that meme of look, you gave that monkey anxiety. Because they can now just understand everything and how bad things are, sort of thing.
Yeah. Also, I think Mill and I do need to be able to bounce in like the next 20 minutes or so.
That's fine. I'm finishing it off.
Kill.
You find a deck of cards.
Oh,
God,
no.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no! No!
What's the thing? What's the thing with the deck of cards?
It's
The deck of many things is a horrible item.
It's a wonderful item.
No!
The fear I feel.
I am terrified.
I
Do
don't
not
know.
touch that. Do not.
That's what you got.
Got the deck.
You've got a deck of cards.
I will cast Identify on it again.
Nothing happens.
Oh, it's just a deck of
It's
cards.
just a deck of cards.
Okay.
I knew. Yeah, that was. It's just a deck of cards.
You fucking troll. I'm so mad.
I'll send you what the deck of many things does after this session, Dylan, so you'll understand why all of them are fucking like shitting their pants.
I was laughing, thank you. I thought it'd be funny.
It's still scary.
I thought it'd be funny.
The deck is known as a campaign ender.
You basically give the players that when like there's nothing left to do anymore.
It does. You know what? You'll see the description in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So,
more
yeah.
interesting if you see it for yourself.
You get the item. You get the deck of just plain cards. They do look very ornate though. Each card does look very lovely.
Okay.
Neat.
But yeah,
I'll
that's what you get.
slip it into a pocket, I guess.
And yeah, the room's kind of. You could rest in this room though before you decide to like climb up further, and then we'll call it a session. Because we have been going at this a while, so. But yeah, that's. I'm happy to call it a session though.
All right.
So.
Right, well, that is everything. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. No idea about future stuff, but next Sunday will be the Summer 2024 anime wrap-up. So look forward to that. Otherwise...
Is it the 20th when we'll be able to do a session next? Or I forget, did someone say they had something then?
We can discuss it after we're off stream.
Yeah, do it on stream, it'd be funny.
My first Sunday back is the 20th, so.
Otherwise, again, thank you for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and all that YouTube stuff.
Like and subscribe, comment down below, bell icon, etc.
Took you a second. You're out of practice, aren't you?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Otherwise, again, I thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you whenever we are next live. Good night.
Later.